Hello everybody, this is the Green Assassin, and today I have a tutorial for you on automated farms with MFR and thermal expansion. So I've got one already set up here just to give an example. Basically what it is just a planter set to a 9x9 area, a harvester set to 9x9, some item ducts, power source, some redstone energy conduit, all set up so that everything is automated to auto plant and auto harvest. So I'm just gonna jump right into it and get started. First of all, you need an area that's about 9x9 for this setup. Just plant your planter in the middle, your harvester on the edge somewhere, like so. Run some power in between your planter and your harvester, like so. And then what I usually do is I'll run my pipes in between the planter and the harvester. You can hook it up to the back if you want. Usually I just hook it up to the side and block the back so it doesn't spit anything out onto the ground. Just make that so it looks a little bit better. This one, you're gonna want this connection to be on output. And then over here with the planter, what I do is I turn off consume stacks. I put a tin upgrade in it, which increases it from a 3x3 to a 9x9. And then I will set the filter something like this. And then put your items into the internal buffer. I will usually take dirt and fill these extra slots so I don't have to fill them all before I start getting produce into my chest, which we will set up next. What I like to do is I usually run a pipe off of here somewhere, or you can just run it off the front. I'll put a chest here, and then I will take my crescent hammer and change this pipe right here to dense mode. That way anything coming out of the harvester will try and go to the planter before it goes to my chest, so that way I have a steady stock of stuff to get replanted in my farm. We're going to want a bucket of water for the center to keep our farm hydrated. There's a couple other tricks you can do with this. You can put an Oculus accumulator in the middle with a sprinkler on top, which will keep your whole farm hydrated and increase the speed at which your crops grow. But for this demonstration, we're just going to do it with this. And then you want to put in a power source somewhere, so I'm just going to use a resident energy cell. Don't hit it with your wrench, you will just rotate it. I like to go into the configurations and I'll shift right click or shift left click the center, and then the top I put to output energy, so that way they're both getting. As you can see, it is planting and starting to hydrate my crops, because the planter will auto till your land for you, and you just sit back and wait for it to grow, and within no time you should start to get resources into your chest after your planter is all stocked up, because it will stock these before it will stock your chest. The next setup I have over here is how I like to set up my tree farms. I kind of do it so that they're self-sufficient and self-powered. So what we need is you're going to need a planter in the center, your harvester on one of the edges. It has to be level with the farm, like so that it's up one level and able to harvest the trees. I take redstone energy conduit and run it in between, just like the last one. Same with your energy your item ducts, sorry. And same thing, I'll usually put it on the back here on this one just for convenience for the next part of the setup. So you're going to want this to output, and then you're going to want a few items from thermal expansion. So I have a steam dynamo, a redstone furnace, and an aqueous accumulator. So I put my redstone furnace right here, and then I will put my energy cell right underneath the redstone furnace and connect it with a redstone energy conduit. And then underneath that, a steam dynamo, followed by an aqueous accumulator underneath that. And then I will take pneumatic servos, pop one into the connection and one into that connection. So this connection here at the redstone furnace, you're gonna want to whitelist the filter for oak wood. That way any oak wood that comes out of here is gonna go straight into your redstone furnace. We'll set this up to accept it from the back. So shift right click the center. The back we want as an input, so we want that to be blue. And then I'm gonna do the left side as an output. So all my charcoal will come out. And now we need some item ducts to run down to our steam dynamo. Change this connection to an output. Down here we're going to want a pneumatic servo, whitelisted for charcoal. Oh, that up there. Whitelist item filter is charcoal. So now any charcoal that comes out of this redstone furnace will now run into your steam dynamo. The aqueous accumulator, you are going to want to supply it with some water. So what I like to do is just put a water bucket there and a water bucket there. Now this thing should be producing water, which is then in return pumping it into your steam dynamo, and then your charcoal goes into this slot and it produces power, which then will fill, no, I want that one to be orange, which will fill your energy cell if set up correctly. So what I've done here is I've set the top to output energy to the redstone furnace. The back is to output energy to the harvester and the planter. And the bottom is set to accept energy from the steam dynamo. So now all we have to do is set up a spot for all your resources from this farm to go to. So what I do is I just stick a cup here, put a chest down, or some barrels if you have barrels. I set this pipe to be dense. That way all the items that come out of here, like the oak wood, will go to the furnace first, and the saplings will come to the planter before they go to the chest. Same with your charcoal. Your charcoal will run and fill the steam dynamo before it comes to the chest. If you want, up here you can set this pipe to round robin, and then that way your planter, or your harvester, sorry, will give this one and then this one, and just alternate where it sends your oak wood I think you can do it here too. Yes, so if you want to start building up charcoal right away, you can set this pipe to round robin and it should do the same thing. So now all we need to do is put some saplings into the planter. I'm going to do this again because I only want about a stack of saplings in the planter at any given time, and this just prevents it from filling up the whole planter before filling up anything else that needs saplings, which I want to go to this chest after I have a stack in the planter. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.